Hi everybody, my name is Krishana. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be whispering just a little bit in this video because it's pretty early in the morning, as you can see behind me, but when else can a mama make content? So I'm Krishana. I'm a lifestyle blogger, mom of two, a 3-year-old with a bun in the oven. I produce mommy content, some homeschooling, unschooling content, and really anything that I'm feeling that is lacking from the larger community that I want to talk about. And so today's vlog is in preparation for my home birth, which I'm very, very excited about. I planned a home birth for my first birth with my 3-year-old and ended up being induced in the hospital, which was not my plan at all. But as you know, whenever you have birth plans, you have to be willing to pivot. But we are moving strong with this home birth this time. I am 40 and 0, so today is our estimated due date. So, you know, if I disappear halfway through this vlog, then maybe I went into labor, but I don't think so. I'm not feeling any contractions or anything. And so what I'm really excited to talk about today is kind of show you a little bit about all of the things that we have in preparation for our home birth. My family, we relocated from Baltimore to Georgia at the end of 2020 and have been here, and I have a midwife here in Georgia who I've been really enjoying. She is a traditional granny midwife. And I'll definitely be talking a little bit more about her and my experience home birthing on this channel. But what we're going to do today is kind of do a little bit of a review of all of the things that I either have purchased, been gifted, or been provided by my midwife in preparation for this home birth. My midwife has given me this huge bag of things, of which I have not gone through yet at all, so we will be going through together. I guess it'll be a bit of a surprise, and I'll also show some other things that we have as well. So to get us started, before we go through that bag, I'm going to show you all what my midwife asks us to do as far as sterilization. Now, I know many people may say you're having a home birth, you don't need to sterilize things. One of the major benefits of having a home birth is that you're able to birth your baby in your home environment, which means the baby gets exposed to all of your like amazing natural body fluids, your home environment, which is great for baby and actually better than the sterile hospital environment. But as I said, we have a granny midwife, which means that there are definitely some things that she asks us to do that are like a little bit more traditional, old school, and that is completely fine with us. We're following her lead on this. So she asked us to sterilize many of the receiving blankets, the covers and sheets that we're going to be using on the bed, towels, washcloths for the baby, t-shirts, hats, gloves for the baby. And so all of those were sterilized in a brown paper bag. So I'm going to show y'all what the bag looks like. So we have 4 of these big brown paper bags. And so this is the bag for baby. So that is the bag for baby. Every single one is written on in pencil. They all went into the oven at the lowest setting for about an hour for sterilization. And that's just to make sure that like any packaging, germs, etc. are completely sterilized from all of the things. We did wash them beforehand, and maybe in hot water that was enough, but hey, not a super big deal to us. So there are 4 of those. The next thing that I have is 2 of these caddies. So right now, only one of them has products in it. I plan to pull some of the other products from the midwife's bag and putting in these caddies as well. And then I have a push cart that I got off Amazon that I'm gonna put all of her medical supplies in. Because as you know, with a home birth, as you're laboring, you're often going from room to room based on how you're feeling, your temperature, just trying to move around the house and really bring baby down, and moving about every 30 minutes is most ideal for a home birth anyway. So we got a push cart so that she doesn't have to like pick up all her stuff in a bag and lug it from place to place. It can be pushed around. So in one of my caddies, this is a little bit of a mixture of mostly things that I was gifted. But one, we have these like hot and cold postpartum therapy sleeves, which are refills. And so there's like a little gel that you can either put in a microwave or put in the freezer, and you can use it for many purposes. Based on how this one looks, it looks like it's could go on like the back of your back or forehead. And because it's a sleeve, maybe even go in your underwear. I'm not 100% sure. But I have 2 packs of refills for those. And this is what the actual relief pad looks like. And so yeah, it's a relief pad. So I'm assuming it's something that you can reuse and put in your underwear. And I think a lot of people may know that separate from these, there are inserts that you can like one-time use inserts that are frozen that you can also put in your pad, because in postpartum, your vagina is basically on fire. And I mean, whether you tear or don't tear, which the hope is never to tear, but your vagina is on fire after. The next thing I have are these Tux medicated cooling pads. And so they are hemorrhoid pads with witch hazel, and this is not even something that is necessarily needed right after, but a lot of the times you are so backed up after having a baby, and that first bowel movement after having a baby is completely ridiculous. It's a thing that I feel like people don't talk about, and they should. Sometimes it is actually worse than labor. And so because a lot of women will really like strain, you can really easily end up with hemorrhoids. And so why not go ahead and be prepped with hemorrhoid cream. The next thing, these did not exist during my first pregnancy, but now Frida, the brand, has all of these products. And this product, this is the Frida Perry bottle. So this piece extends. You fill this with warm water, and warm water in any solution that maybe you want to fill it with, but definitely with warm water. And instead of wiping when you go to the bathroom, after you use the bathroom, you spray, because your body really can't take the sensation of being wiped. And this was honestly, the Perry bottle was the thing that I enjoyed the most in postpartum recovery last time. I guess along with doing the sitz bath, but the Perry bottle for sure was the thing I enjoyed. This is my sitz tea bath. I'm not going to open it, but my midwife brought this in our last visit. So we've been having weekly visits for the past several weeks. And I don't know what amazing herbs are mixed up in here, but when I do use it, I'll let you know how they are. So everybody likes to do this part a little bit differently. I found that in my first birth and postpartum recovery, I really liked these always discreet, oh here we go, these always discreet underwear. And so some people use like traditional diapers, some people use the like gauzy ones that come from the hospital and just put a pad inside. I found that these made me feel the best. And so sometimes in postpartum, at least for me, I just need to feel like a little bit like myself. And these felt the most like putting on real underwear. And I would just put a pad inside of it. And I just liked that they like were a little bit like squeezing and comforting, and I just found that they made me feel like just a tiny bit sexier in postpartum. So I purchased another pack of these. I don't remember actually getting through the pack last time, so I didn't buy more than one. I just bought one, and if I need more, then I can just send my husband to the store to get some more, or order some off Amazon, or like same day it from Uber or something like that. Okay, now we're gonna get into this actual very large bag that my midwife provided. So first, we have some Natural Care pads. So these are maxi pads. They're plastic free, perfume free, organic cotton cover. And I will say my midwife asked for everything that we purchase to be organic cotton. So it's no surprise to me that she found something, you know, that's organic cotton, bleach free, plastic free. We like to live our life that way anyway. Typically, I don't even wear pads. I'm at a point that I wear like some type of period cup. But of course, in postpartum, you should not be sticking anything up your vagina. It's not gonna go well for you. So, excited to see how this MaxiPad brand works. I've never used this brand before, but maybe if I like it in the postpartum recovery, we can keep using them. Okay, so we have this bag, and remember I was talking about the like gauzy hospital underwear? That is these. So these are actually briefs. You can see the 2 holes at the bottom. They are really soft and they smell really good. So maybe I will check these out and try to use them at least the first 24 to 48 hours of recovery. Maybe they'll be more comfortable. These actually feel a little bit better than the ones I remember getting in the hospital. So let's hope that that feels good and works. Okay, we have a surgical syringe. As you know, when babies first come out, they have all the meconium, not meconium, that's the poop. And they have like all the amniotic fluid all over their body and it's in their nose and mouth. And so you need an actual, like good medical syringe to suck all of that stuff out. So that's what this is. We have a surgical scrub brush. We have the Honey Pot Calming Lavender Rose Panty Spray. Now, I am a little torn on like scented sprays for underwear. I know that like lavender and rose is more herb-based, but I'm just a person who's like, you should not be douching areas and etc. So I want to look into this one a little bit more. I'm assuming that this one is just more so to like calm, because it says it's calming, but still. Okay, we have a CBD topical salve from Amanda Hemp, which I've never seen this brand before, but I also really have never used any like CBD ointment, so I'm kind of excited to check this one out. Smells good. Yeah, it's mostly just like a shea butter, beeswax, cocoa butter blend. So we have a ton of these masks. They get pretty large. I'm not going to open them up, but basically everyone's water breaks a little bit differently. Some people's water has a slow leak. Some people's water gushes out. For my last labor, it like just continued to gush out. It felt like for forever. It probably really wasn't that long, but these are what you put down to capture any liquids from it getting all over your bed and house and etc. And also like when you actually push the blood that comes out as well. So that is important. I don't know what this is, and it just says keep in a dry place, beware of moisture. Oh, it's a pure moxa roller for mild moxibustion. I have no idea what this is, so I'm gonna put it back in here and we will find out together. This is a polyline drape. So it's a little sterile filled. You don't break it until after it's actually time for use. So here are the industrial mama diapers. Oh man. Do you all see this? But I promise you, postpartum recovery, initial delivery is not cute. What you want to be is safe, healthy, and comfortable. We have some oils. This top is not on good, so it's a good thing that I'm going through this. So we'll get that screwed on, but it smells good. I guess that's the smell that I smelled on something else, so that oil smells really good. Some more mesh underwear, extra large. I'm actually gonna take these and put the other ones. In this bag. Okay, so I'm gonna take the hemp stuff and put it on here. Here's some additional products. So another CBD oil. I have a motherwort oil, like a dry, and after ease for pregnancy. So they say that this is really important for moms who are on their second, anything post first baby. What I think a lot of people don't know is that your uterus continues to contract like contractions for longer periods of time after you've had one baby, and they say that it can be like extreme and wild, and so that after ease is to try to provide some relief to that and actually stop those contractions. So I'm very blessed for that, because I don't remember having any contractions after having my son. Okay, we have multiple packs of latex gloves that are all surgical grade. There's a ton of these at the bottom. I guess I'm not gonna pull them all out. They are, additional liners that you can like labor on top of, leak on. And then the last thing we have in our bag are woven gauze sponges, and there's a large box of those, so those are here as well. Now, outside of all of these things, these are the things that have been at our house for probably the last 3 weeks or so, just so that we can start storing things and having them. But then when I actually go into labor, there are some additional things that the midwife brings with her. So like you're thinking about what do you cut the umbilical cord with and stop the pulsating for the umbilical cord and tie everything off with. A lot of those things are like the actual medical kit that the midwife has. So I'm going to show you all a few other things that we have that are more about the birth tub and some of the bowls that I'll be using as well. Okay, so I'm not going to try to pull out our birth pool, but I do want to show you the one that we got. So we got this Oasis labor and birth pool. I don't know if I will actually plan to birth in the pool or not, but maybe labor in it for some periods of time to try to get a little bit of relief between contractions, depending on how labor goes, especially when you enter into that transition phase. Okay, so this is barely gonna fit on screen, but I have this huge birth ball, and I got this really nice cover off of Etsy. So I had a Bradley teacher and did the Bradley breathing coursework for my last pregnancy, and our Bradley teacher, shout out to Alyssa, had a really beautiful cover on her birth ball, and I was like, oh, I'm definitely getting a cover this time because I didn't get one last time. And I love the cover. It has a little handle, allows me to very easily drag it around my house. I have been sitting on this birth ball for months. I waited really late in the pregnancy last time to get a birth ball, but I did not wait long this time. I think I've had a birth ball since like maybe week 10, 12, something like that. So I've had a birth ball for a while. And then last but not least is the peanut ball. Let me see. It's huge too. I know that you might not be able to see that well, and so hopefully I can insert some pictures and for both these balls to show you what they look like. But the peanut ball basically looks like a peanut, and this is one of my more recent purchases, so I probably had this one maybe 3-4 weeks, if that. But it's always been told that it's a really ideal ball for actually like anytime you want to labor on a bed. And I didn't love the peanut last labor, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it was so uncomfortable. I did not enjoy using the peanut, but there have been a few times that I've experienced some pre-labor contractions, and literally one night I just sat like horizontal on the bed, had my head on some pillows, the peanut, one of my legs on top of the peanut, and I just watched TV for like an hour, and I just laid there, and it was like one of the best ways to deal with like those contractions and feelings. And then my hips felt very open and pelvis felt very open after that. So that was a great experience. And so I think that like this might be good for me for like early labor. So before the contractions are super bad and before I'm like irritable and like don't want to do nothing, I want people to leave me alone, like this will probably be a good pain management technique. And I hope you really enjoyed this home birth prep tour. You saw some of the essentials that I have, what we're planning. I'm hoping to talk more about my home birth experience and prep and why I decided to do a home birth on this channel. So definitely please like and subscribe so that you don't miss those videos. I think it's really important to see more representation from Black moms who are doing home births, what that process is like, especially folks who are living in the South, not in like progressive coastal cities. And so if you're looking for more content like this, don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below if you have ever thought about having a home birth, or if you've had a home birth. I would love to hear your story as well. And I'm always happy to like answer questions about why I decided to have a home birth. So if you have any questions that you want answered, please leave them below as well. And I will catch you all in the next video. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and goodbye.